While this is good news, a recent Gallup poll shows more than 40% of Americans say they would not get vaccinated.
But what if your employer required it? 41 Action News reporter Andres Gutierrez goes in depth on whether your company could mandate you get it.
With some promising COVID vaccines in the home stretch, employment experts say your boss can make you get one.
They're not generally known to the public because they haven't come into play as much to date, but there is recognition for certain industries, such as healthcare industries, where there can be a mandatory vaccination.
Attorney Stacy Bunk with Ogletree Deacons points to two major exceptions. If an employee's religious beliefs prohibit them from being vaccinated, or they have an underlying disability covered under the Americans with Disabilities Act, then a reasonable accommodation must be made.
If there is a cost associated with it, that the employer bear that cost and also have the vaccinations done at the workforce during regular working hours and make it convenient for the employees.
When clients reach out, Bunk is directing them to the firm's resources and encourages them to look for government information as well. For the time being, the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission recommends ADA-covered employers to simply encourage employees to take a vaccine versus requiring them to do so.
I work in a plant, so we wear like the masks, and during the morning they take our temperatures and we just go through the protocol. So I'm not sure if it will be mandatory to take a vaccine, but I'm assuming at some point, yes.
They're going to let people decide for themselves, so I don't think that they're going to be putting a lot of pressure on people to take it.
Law professor Dorit Rice foresees a few obstacles. The big one, access.
We have 300 million people in the United States, and the first vaccines will require 2 doses. So the first problem will not be mandate. It will be getting enough vaccines for the people who actually want them.
For some, there's still an overall uneasy feeling over the first round of vaccines.
I would probably see what happens in the fall, in the upcoming year, and then possibly take it next year, depending on how that first year goes.
In Kansas City, Andres Gutierrez, 41 Action News.
According to the law experts we spoke with, when it comes to unions, companies might have to negotiate a bargaining agreement before requiring union employees to get the vaccine.